Hello and welcome to the Savvy Money Show with me, your host Sean. Tonight we're going to be looking at Tesla amongst and comparing it against some other tech giants, and to throw something into the mix, also another car giant in General Motors. We're going to look at a large number of tech giants so that we can give it a good enough background. I've said in previous video that I thought Amazon was the closest one to be compared to, so let's see if valuation wise it was correct. Anyway, let's get down to it. So we can see it's 701.32. It has hit 968, although if you'd gone in low the last 52 weeks it was 177. I wouldn't have minded going in then. Now there's a forward PE of 124, it has a market cap of 129 billion, and it's growing that every week. Now it's only just made profit. It's $8.1 billion on hand, and it's increased its profit margin from 20% to 25%. So things look like they're only going to get better for Tesla. Now, I said it was $701 a share. My intrinsic value for Tesla is $748. Now, that shows that even though a lot of people were saying it's overpriced, myself included, before I looked into it, that's because we were comparing it to the price it was last year. But bear in mind, it has come on leaps and bounds since last year. Now, yeah, you've got to realise it's the front of its cars. It has reduced the parts from 24 down to 1, making it easier to produce, cheaper to produce, and easier to fit. Its software, where other car manufacturers have to bring it in, they can update it over the cloud. And the car and software business is just part of it. As stated before, it has a solar panel business, the leasing business, and so many other aspects to its business. Anyway, we're not going to do a deep dive, we're just doing a comparison at the moment. So let's have a look at it compared to General Motors. Now, we know the trouble General Motors is in, so let's have a quick look at it. It has a market cap of 29 billion, 52-week range of between 14 and 42, and at the moment it's sitting at 21, and I put it down as an intrinsic value of 23, so it's a couple of points below them. But we all, even with a 4.57 PE ratio, we all know what trouble it's in. So to tell the truth, I couldn't, even though it's below its intrinsic value, I couldn't exactly call it value, because no one knows if it's going to be around in a few years' time, whereas Tesla's real value is going to be around a few years' time. Now we're going to look at Spotify, which, if we check it out, is market cap of 26 billion. Range for year is between 109 and 164. It doesn't have a PE ratio, but if I look at it, it has a price of 145 and my intrinsic value is 117. Now you may not agree with my intrinsic value, and they are subject to change, they aren't set in stone, but to me, for something which is, now it may be considered the future of e-commerce, but so is Amazon. So so is eBay. You want to look at it and think what the value is, and it's quite highly priced at the moment. If it went down to its low 110, then I would pick it up. I would consider picking it up. I would do another evaluation, but right now it's just too much. Now we head to Apple, which used to be one of the most innovative companies around. Gave us the smartphone, and we can see a bit of turbulence there, as with all companies this year. Market cap of 1.265 trillion, huge market cap. The range is between 170 and 327. You can see it has a PE ratio of 22.71, which is higher than the average, but with a company like Apple, you understand that. Forward dividend and yield of 3 and 1%. Now you get to the price. The price is $289, and I have the intrinsic value of $219. So it's $70 overpriced. That is down to the fact that they only make, sorry about that, that is down to the fact that their profits live or die on their software and how good this new smartphone and iPad does. The majority of their profits are the smartphone. If that tanks, the profits are gone for the year. Yeah, they can break even with the software and Apple TV, but it doesn't look so good. But they still make a lot of money, as you can see from their market cap, but I just would want them a bit cheaper before buying them. Now we go to Qualcomm. Now we look at the market cap of 85 billion, PE ratio of 22, again above the average, but you expect that. Forward dividend and yield of 2.6 and 3.3%. They have a 52-week range of 58 to 96, and the price is 76, and my intrinsic value is going to be 82. So they're slightly underpriced, slightly below the intrinsic value. So, and considering that they will be a player next year with 5G and everything, it seems to be good value. I think I might add to my position there. I only have one share just to keep an eye on it. Some of these companies I only take one share to keep an eye on it and see if it goes up or down, because it's close to my value, and then I reevaluate the company before putting any more money in. Now eBay, we have a look at them. They are 39.25. intrinsic value of 40, so they're about just under intrinsic value. The market cap is 31 billion, PE ratio of 6.86, forward dividend and yield of 0.64 and 1.64%. So that's not bad. I like the PE ratio. I'm not too bothered about the dividend. You know, that can change or be cut, as we saw with Shell. You know, and it's been between 26 and 42, so it's at that higher range for the year. But we know they're going to have done well. And from my experience, as good a company as Amazon is, my personal experience, they have built up their Amazon have built up their customer service, spent a lot on their customer service in the last few years. And during this coronavirus, or Rona as the Americans call it, they have just wiped the customer service away. Now, eBay haven't really concentrated on the customer service as much as Amazon in the last few years. And then this coronavirus hit, and to tell the truth, they've done a lot better than Amazon. They've kept at the same level with customer service, and in some ways they've excelled. That's just my opinion. If you have a different opinion, then please let me know in the comments below. If you find value in any of my videos, please hit like, and please, if you want to see more, subscribe or hit the bell notification, but I know that can be annoying. If you have a different opinion to me, please put it in the comments below, or if you agree with what I say. Anyway, we shall move on, because as I said, we've got quite a few to go through. Google. Now, I did the intrinsic value of this before, when everyone was saying Google are going to be no good, and I used it to buy, and then I sold when it got to 1300. So made a few quid, but it was only one share, so didn't make a massive amount, but I made enough. They've got 900 billion market cap, a range of 2013 to 1532, PE ratio of 27. They haven't declared the dividend. Now, let's see now, 1320, and my intrinsic value is 1430. Now, again, you may not agree with that, a lot of people don't, but what a lot of people haven't factored in is the fact that they had a court case against Uber, where Uber stole some of their, well, an high-ranking employee at Uber stole some of Google's autonomous driving secrets and software secrets to use for their autonomous taxi secrets, and as a result, Uber had to give Google, I think it was $72 million worth of shares. Now, that is why I sold my position in Uber and took up a position in Google, and then changed and then had to recalculate my intrinsic value. Maybe I shouldn't have sold, but still. The next thing to look at is got none eBay, got Apple. Now Amazon, behemoth, 1.1 trillion market cap, like close to Apple's. Now we have a range of between 1626 and 2475. PE ratio of 109. Now normally that PE ratio would put me off, but it's kind of like with Tesla, and it's kind of like with Google, where they put it comes up with PE ratio like that, and they reinvest so much of their earnings back into the business to make sure it's going to grow. And to tell the truth, with the likes of Apple, you can't see it growing much more. They can, and it gets to a stage where something like this could knock Apple's earnings for the whole year if it goes on too long. Where Amazon, although it's a different business, they've invested in cloud computing, and I know Apple has as well, but they've invested in Whole Foods, they've invested so much in different places, and they've invested in the space program. They've also invested 700 million in an electric vehicle driving company, just to diversify. They have the Amazon Entrepreneur Startup Program to invest. To tell the truth, I'm not a fan of the way Amazon's morality, but you can't falter the business. They do keep growing, they do keep innovating, and they do keep ahead of the game. So you can't. But I don't like the way they treat their employees. I don't like the way, like with the tax. But then that will be a lot of companies on this list when it comes to tax. So I don't want to bash them over the tax. Anyway, we can see they've got a value of 2,286. People will be hit back. Go, what? When Apple's only 200? But remember everything you're getting in here. And then my intrinsic value for this is 2,492. And some people may be saying that's well overvalued, but you've got to remember that instead of paying dividends this year, they've announced they're reinvesting it to make sure the company is secure for the future, so that if something hits again or this goes on for a long while, the company is on secure footing. And I'd rather, as a long-term investor of a company, lose 1 quarter's dividend and have the company secure for years to come than get a dividend. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please hit the like button, and as I said, if you want to see more, hit subscribe. It's okay if you don't agree with my valuations. Not everyone does, and to tell the truth, when I'm going through them, it does take a lot of work, and I surprised myself with a lot of them, because before I started doing all these evaluations, when I didn't have the time to do it because of other things such as work and that, I used to think, no, that share price is way too high. No, the other company is way too low. And then I come about with this and kind of opened my eyes a lot. So if you want to see more, then please hit the like. It helps with the algorithm, and please subscribe. It will help a lot. Now, I have only started this week, so I know the quality hasn't been what you're used to. And for those who have subscribed, liked and viewed, I want to tell you how I am grateful. You know, I'm blown away by the fact a couple of videos have got so many views and likes. Please let me know if there are any videos you would like. You know, I've been thinking about doing a Vietnam versus China growth video. I've been thinking, if you want me to carry on doing stock ones, I will. If you want me to diversify myself, my videos, and do more on financial ones away from the stock market, such as savings in this market, let me know in the comments below. Anyway, stay savvy, stay safe, stay investing. Make sure you do your own due diligence, and goodbye.